Chapter 1 King Ambarish's Penance. Queen Padmavati of Ayodhya walked down the marble corridor into her puja room. She carried a wicker basket with a garland of red lotuses and tulsi leaves and a silver bowl filled with fruit. She set down her offerings, folded her hands, and gazed adoringly at Lord Vishnu's idol, radiant in the light of oil lamps. The fragrance of incense and sandalwood filled the room. Padmavati sat before her lord with her eyes closed and softly intoned, Namo Narayanai, Namo Narayanai. The clicking of her prayer beads gave an underlying rhythm to her chant. Immersed in devotion, Padmavati did not hear the firm footsteps which came down the corridor and stopped behind her. Here you are, my dear, as I expected. The startled Padmavati turned to see her husband smiling down at her. King Trishanku took her hand and led her to the terrace overlooking the palace garden. He pointed to the crowd standing in an orderly line at the gate. What are your lucky Vishnu devotees getting today? Padmavati said, Swami, you are the one who gives me the freedom to distribute alms. Today, I have arranged to give them clothes and a purse of money. Trishanku said, Padma, the Ikshwaku dynasty will prosper because of your virtue and devotion to Vishnu. He patted her affectionately on the shoulder. My dear, I know that you are keeping a Dwadashi fast today. But take care. Have some fruit juice at least. Padmavati nodded and watched fondly as her husband walked away. That night, the queen ignored her ivory bed with its soft mattress and silk sheets and chose to sleep on the floor as an act of penance. Vishnu looked down at her from a painting on the wall. Padmavati drifted off to sleep. A golden light radiated from the painting and flooded her vision. Vishnu stood before her, his eyes filled with compassion. Padmavati, your devotion has won my heart. What do you want from me? The queen folded her hands and said ecstatically, Lord, I am blessed to see you. What more do I want? Vishnu insisted. Let me give you a boon. Padmavati thought for a while and replied, Lord, give me a son who will become a great emperor. Let him be virtuous and brave. Let him guard dharma. Most of all, let him be devoted to you. The Lord smiled. So be it. He gave her a ripe mango. Eat this fruit. As the queen ate the mango, Vishnu disappeared. The queen was startled by a loud voice calling, Padma! Padma! Trishanku was bending over her, shaking her gently. Padma, what is it? You are talking in your sleep. The queen sat up excitedly and looked around. Swami, I saw the Lord, my dear. Trishanku said patiently. It must have been a dream. But it was so real. He has promised us a son who will be righteous and brave and... Trishanku smiled and stopped her with a gentle finger on her lips. Such a son will truly be a blessing from Vishnu. Now come to bed. Enough of your penance. To her joy, Padmavati's dream soon came true and a boy was born to them. The queen kissed her precious baby's palm and exclaimed in wonder, Swami, look. Trishanku saw that the lines on his son's palm traced the outline of Vishnu's chakra. They named the boy Ambarish. The prince grew up to be virtuous and noble. The king smiled as he watched his son at prayer. Padma, it looks like Ambarish will be even more devoted to Vishnu than you. On Trishanku's death, Ambarish ascended the throne of Kosala. One day, he came to Padmavati and said, Mother, I want to do penance. Let me go to the forest, and Padmavati cut him off. My son, there is no need for that. You can do your penance here. Ambarish was firm. I want to devote my entire time and self to Vishnu, mother. Do not worry, the council of ministers will govern the kingdom until I came. Let me go. Padmavati wept in sorrow and pride and kissed her son. May Vishnu be with you, my boy. Ambarish built a small ashram on the banks of the Yamuna and enshrined Vishnu in his heart. He immersed himself in heart penance, surviving on fruits and roots. Soon he gave up all food and lived on air alone. In the freezing winter, he stood still in the icy river. Under the scorching summer sun, he stood on one leg in the center of a ring of fire. He was drenched by the rain, unmoved by the wildest storm. The king was lost to everything except the Lord. His lips moved in the unceasing chant. Namo Narayanai, Namo Narayanai. 1,000 years passed. There was a deafening roar of thunder as if the skies were being split apart. A blinding light, brighter than 1,000,000 suns, cut through Ambarish's deep meditation. The king opened his eyes. Lord Indra stood before him, riding his four-tusked, seven-trunked, white elephant, Airavat. The god said, I am Indra, king of the Devas and the 14 Lokas. I am pleased by your tapas. I am here to grant you my protection and a boon. What do you want? Ambarish stared at Indra and said firmly, I did not do penance to worship you or to get a boon from you. Please go away. My only god is Narayan. There was a peal of laughter as Indra faded away. In his place was Lord Vishnu in all his glory, dressed in pure cloth of gold, glowing with ornaments, and holding the chakra, mace, lotus, and conch in his forehands. Vishnu towered over the king like a blue mountain. The Lord sat on Garuda, surrounded by Devas and Gandharvas singing his praise. Vishnu smiled at the king. Ambarish, I took Indra's form to test you. Ambarish bowed low. Bless me, compassionate Lord of the universe. You have no beginning or end. You are boundless and almighty. You are the creator, sustainer, and destroyer of the cosmos. Govind, you are my only refuge. Vishnu's eyes brimmed with love. My dear devotee, all that you want will be yours. Ask. Basking in the Lord's affection, Ambarish said, My Lord, let my heart and mind be filled with love for you. Let me serve you with my words and deeds. Let me guard my kingdom and spread devotion for you throughout my realm. Let me protect your devotees and destroy your enemies. Vishnu smiled. Ambarish, you have only asked to serve me. Now let me grant you a boon in return. My Sudarshan Chakra is a gift from Shiva. It is as powerful as Rudra's wrath. This chakra will stay with you and protect you from your enemies and from disease. It will shield you from sorrow and from the curses of saints and sages. With that, Vishnu disappeared. King Ambarish returned to Ayodhya and remained devoted to Vishnu. He performed the Ashwamedh sacrifice and extended his realm across the land. Ayodhya streets echoed with Vedic hymns, and the emperor's subjects worshipped Vishnu in their homes. The kingdom flourished, and famine, drought, and disease were unknown. It was truly a golden age for Kosala.